morning. Now 6 a.m. is Wake Up Nigeria time. And if you don't want to miss out on anything on the show, just note that we'll be right here all the way till 8:45.
Yes, and you don't want to miss out on anything, people. You want to get a sit now. And of course, the show is starting. She's Titi Onyisan.
And she's
the dynamite.
And she's Okoche, aka Iyabeji.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're the one that should be.
I went
should be
there.
calling me Iyabeji, not you calling me Iyabeji.
Slay mama.
Thank you.
You're looking good,
Thank
as
you.
always.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
I see that you came geared up for the rain.
Man.
And for the cold.
The AC in this place doesn't play.
I know, right?
And I've stopped playing with it. My name, as she said, is Titi Onyisan. And please remember to stream with us. Stream live at tvcentertainment.tv and of course on Facebook Live at TVC Connect. Those comments, we love them. We appreciate them on all the social media handles. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Now, MM, Omo, we're gonna have a blast today. You know that?
Yeah,
right?
I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Girls' Day Out on the show today.
We need you to download our app from Android or iOS. Just watch us from your mobile devices from anywhere in the world. I think we need to tell them what we're doing today.
All right. So for our first musical performance this morning, we'll be having, of course, as you all know, something very interesting. We always try to, bring something bubbly on the show. And of course, Ash So Money will be joining us later on for our first musical performance this morning.
Yes, indeed.
And later on, we'll back people. She's a certified nutritionist and fat loss expert. She'll be talking about keto diet and how to go about it later on today.
You probably realize that some people haven't been doing it the right way. They think they're doing it, but they're not really doing it that well. We also have another performance coming up. Nigerian singer and rapper Jibade is going to be in the building.
And on DIY today, Beyond Hair and the Dread Carriers like myself, of course, we'll be learning one or two on how to pack, your dreadlocks. And Adenike Iwasokun of Le Chic Salon will be joining us later on.
Yes, indeed. A lot of people are doing the dreadlock thing.
Yeah,
they are.
I caught on that bug.
They're making it work. Now, Sandra Odufaderi is a marriage and relationship expert. Now, she'll be talking about things that married people ignore, especially those that could lead to cheating and possibly the D word, divorce.
Then we bring you the last music of the day, which will be coming from Taiwo Williams, aka Paige.
Lastly, we'll be joined by actor, presenter, and stand-up comedian Deacon Kamo.
We'll go back.
Right. Yes, Mama.
Alpha. As in, what a day. First of all, wake up to all the thunder and the rain. Did you wake up to rain?
I did. It was so heavy. My husband woke me up this morning and he's like, baby, it's going to rain heavy.
As in,
Just right after that, it was cats and dogs. I almost didn't want to get out of bed because it was one of those months I was having my leg cramps.
Oh.
But I was like, oh yeah, we have to make it here, for our fans.
Now that's one of the things I do not miss. Okay, so from being pregnant,
Yeah.
So I don't miss the leg cramps. I don't miss the back pain. I don't miss the swollen feet. I don't miss the throwing up. Oh God, there was just so much. I think I went full throttle.
Well, I think I've been blessed when it comes to
You have.
being pregnant. I'm actually one of those few women because
See how hot she looks.
Apart from this particular one where I had to deal with leg cramps,
Yeah.
I didn't have to deal with all those morning sickness. Like I don't have an idea what it feels like.
You're just blessed. I'm so thankful, especially because of the show. So because we've been able to watch you like blossom and bloom.
Yeah, everyone seems to follow my journey.
One part of your journey, a lot of people have, been asking me about is like, where do you get your clothes from? Like, where do you get
That's
them?
you or me?
You.
Oh, where do I get my clothes from?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have in-house stylists, of course, and well.
But it's not every one of them.
Not every one of them, basically.
Yeah.
Well, My dear, the hustle is real. You have to be consistent in this journey.
Speaking of consistency, I was like, I had this really nice dress I wanted to wear today, but I couldn't be consistent today. It was too cold,
right?
It was really cold.
Yeah.
And then so I had to also, make sure that the kids had something warm to wear.
Good.
On another note, there was a TV that just happened to be on this morning.
Okay.
And it was on Big Brother. And it was raining in Big Brother too, like
See,
the thunder.
I don't know how you keep up with
I
the Big
actually
Brother
don't.
shenanigans.
Okay,
I
I think the problem was I went on leave. So once I went on leave,
so you caught up on everything that's going on in the house.
So
right.
I don't know. I don't think it's about the house. I think it's about the fact that in entertainment, we always just try to keep abreast of everything that's happening.
Oh, true.
And right now, that's what everybody seems to be talking about. Speaking of things that people are talking about.
Yes. Well, I know it's on the news. We're going to take that later on, but I don't think we want to talk about that. So, as early in the morning.
True.
We're also trying to, get out the cold.
I like that.
And of course, we have our cup of coffee. I'm not taking coffee though. So those of you already raising your eyebrows. She's taking coffee. No, I'm not taking coffee. So chill, relax.
You even tried this time because there was one I used to tackle you for before, and that was your heels. You used to wear heels.
Yeah, I decided not to just step it down.
Please, please.
Trust me, nobody needed to tell me. Those leg cramps.
Okay. All right. So it's about time for us to take the news update. And it was a day of anger at South Africa-owned businesses in Nigeria, especially here in Lagos State, over xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Worst hit is ShopRite at the Novare Mall in Lekki, which was invaded by protesters who threw down items from shelves. Police were called in, and in trying to put things under control, one person was shot dead. There were protests at other ShopRite outlets in Lagos as well. The one at the Ikeja City Mall was peaceful. The protesters carried placards to show their displeasure over the attacks on foreigners in South Africa. And a lone demonstrator went into ShopRite in Surulere to protest. Condemnations to the xenophobic attacks have been growing. President Muhammadu Buhari announced that he's sending a special envoy to meet with President Cyril Ramaphosa as he seeks an end to the attacks on Nigerians. The special envoy is expected to arrive in Pretoria on or before Thursday. And Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, has condemned the attacks, insisting that such is unacceptable and should not be condoned by any country.
It is very sad and very unfortunate that the lives and livelihoods of Nigerians living in South Africa is once again being destroyed with such wantonness and with such carelessness and recklessness. It's very, very sad indeed. But again, this is all contrary even to the very ideas that all of the great leaders of South Africa fought for, including the current president. This level of bigotry, this sort of bigotry is just terrible and is so completely unacceptable.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has also called for calm and condemned the destruction of foreigners' interests by his citizens. President Ramaphosa says the action is a violation of the values and principles that define the democracy of his country.
In the past few days, on foreign nationals that have taken place in many parts of our country are an affront to the aspirations of our forebears who drafted our Freedom Charter. These attacks are a violation not only of the rights of the individuals who are affected, but also of the values and the principles that define our democracy. We must condemn in no uncertain terms such behavior without any hesitation. it is not acceptable that any one of us as South Africans can go out and attack people from other countries because they come from other countries. It cannot be acceptable.
The Chief of Army Staff says the killing of police operatives and civilians in Taraba State by troops is unhealthy for the Army's operations. Lieutenant General Tokoro Buratai disclosed that investigations have been concluded and soldiers found guilty will be punished.
Unfortunately, incidents such as the recent one at Ibi in Taraba State, which generated intense media comments, are not healthy for the smooth cooperation and operation of our security forces. Investigations of the incident have been concluded and decisive actions will be taken to ensure it never happens again.
In Rivers State, the Economic and Financial Commission says it has arrested 2 more key suspects linked to the internet fraud. Now, its Port Harcourt Zonal Office disclosed this while giving an update on the recent collaboration with the Federal Bureau of Investigation to crack down on cybercrime. Uche Okoro reports.
In the last 8 months, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission says it has arrested 105 suspects for alleged cybercrime-related offenses in the South alone, and has so far secured 32 convictions in court. Now, partnership with FBI in the United States has led to the arrest of 2 more suspects in Port Harcourt, Rivers State and Owerri, Imo State.
The Port Harcourt Zonal Office of the EFCC is working seriously on 13 different cases of cyber crimes in collaboration with the FBI. Among the cases are those of recently arrested duo of Ogbonna Atau Karito, who is formerly based in London, United.
And that's all we can take on the news update for this hour. The weather update is up next. Back. It's about time for us to take the newspaper headlines today. And I have the Guardian newspaper in my hands now. Now, of course, this is the headline. It says, federal government demands compensation over attacks in South Africa. PDP seeks emergency session in National Assembly. Coalition wants Buhari to resign over poor response. Lagos beefs up security. MTN, MultiChoice urge peace. We have, right at the bottom here, economy is still in bad shape as GDP growth grinds to 1.94%. How to boost performance by MAN and LCCI, others. Experts caution against subsidy over dependence on oil. Meanwhile, sporadic gunshots greet Bielsa PDP Guba primary. Internet fraudsters sponsoring politicians for public offices, says EFCC. Issues in zonal responses to national security concerns. That's a special report on page 36 and 37. And again, Federal Executive Council postpones weekly meeting. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right, and on the cover of The Punch this morning, we have on xenophobic attacks, Nigerians fume, demand tough actions against South Africa. confirms. Oshibajo says attacks reckless. Ekweremadu seeks diplomatic strain. 1 killed in Lagos as mobs protest attack Ibadan Uyo offices. Buhari dispatches envoy over continuous killings, looting spree. And on above here we have telecom operators generate 2.5 trillion naira in 12 months. And also here we have $9.6 billion judgment. Federal government insists on probe, confident of victory. And on page 11, we have special forces to police Southwest forests. And that's from the IG. And NLC will agree with negotiating council's decision, says WABA. And at the bottom here, we have lawmakers kick as controversy hits Umahi's house raid. And on page 3 here, we have Naira Marley's song, Lifestyle Influenced Me. That's from a 16-year-old cybercrime suspect. And here we have crude reserve will hit 40 billion barrels in 2023, and that's on that's by NMPC. And also here we have Ondo man sentenced to death for killing girlfriend. Pretty sad one there. Partial closure. Gridlock returns to Lagos Ibadan Expressway, and you can find that on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. And finally, Ogun Lagos reach agreement against land grabbers. And that's it on the cover of the Punch newspaper this morning.
Okay, we also have the Nation newspaper here, and it says uproar over killing of Nigerians in South Africa. There's a who said what with quotes here, according to the Vice President, President Ramaphosa and the federal government. And right here, the byline is bloody day as youths attack ShopRite in Lagos. 2 dead as police lose van. 5 cops injured. Protest in Ibadan, Uyo. Government calls for restraint. Right below the masthead here, it says teacher arraigned for sending nude photos to pupil. Wadume, army will punish culprits. Buratai talks tough. 2 more suspects on FBI list arrested. EFCC holds 293. And Obioma others for Booker Prize. 6 in the race for $60,325 US. That's what we have on the cover of the Nation.
And on the cover of the Daily Sun, we have mob action in South Africa. Anger over attacks against Nigerians. Federal government sends envoy to Johannesburg. Lawan, Ekweremadu, APC, PDP fume. 1 killed as mob invades ShopRite outlets in Lagos. We can't continue to fold our hands, says Kalu. And on the top here, we have will storm forests to flush out kidnappers. Bandits, says IGP. Launches special patrol on highways soon. And you can find that on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Sun. Below here we have governors lobby Buhari over 614 billion naira bailout refund. And here we have insurgency. Army sets up 20 super camps in Northeast, deploys more troops, intercepts Boko Haram weapons and vehicles. And here we have kidnappers abduct mom of Governor Badaru's ex-aide, demand 50 million naira ransom. That's pretty sad. And of course here, there's a picture of protesters that set a bonfire near ShopRite in Lekki, Lagos yesterday. And that's it on the Daily Sun.
We have the Vanguard newspaper here, and it all does seem to be the main headline.
Yes.
Xenophobic attacks. 1 killed in Lagos as Buhari sends envoy to South Africa. Federal government summons South Africa's envoy as Ramaphosa convenes security meeting. Reps may reconvene to address attacks, says Speaker. Oshimbajo, Atiku, Lawan, Akinyemi, Shehu Sani react. Multi-choice condemns violence, urges dialogue. Right at the bottom, it says Ibadan traditional crisis. No law has abrogated our crowns, new king insists. Meanwhile, on the Taraba police killings, you won't be spared if indicted by probe panel, Buratai tells soldiers. How we used research to oust PDP in 2015, according to Fashola. It also says here, Nigeria's bastardized local government system, fueling insecurity, says the SGF. And at the top right, on the entertainment daily here, entertainers, of course, condemn attacks on Nigerians in South Africa, more on page 4. And finally, ignore on the $9.6 billion judgment debt, ignore P&ID's grandstanding. We're confident of upturning judgment, say federal government. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
And finally, on the Nigerian Tribune this morning, we have, of course, still on the xenophobic attacks, reps may reconvene as Nigerians rage against MTN, ShopRite and DSTV. Attacking South African business will hurt us more. Federal government tells Nigerians enough is enough, says the Senate President, and Buhari to send special envoy to South Africa. Federal government summons South Africa's High Commissioner, and federal government may send security agents to South Africa, says the Foreign Affairs Minister. And also here we have federal government should target South African investments in Nigeria, says Bolaji Akinyemi. And Zambia calls off friendly match with Bafana. And here we have IGP redeploys patrol vehicles, SWAT team in Southwest. And also here we have $9.6 billion judgment debt. Ignore P&ID's grandstanding, says federal government. Why I paid 8.5 billion naira 2 days to hand over ex-Bauchi governor tells courts. And on the top here we have Buhari cancels FEC meeting, wants ministers to study memos. And that's it on the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Okay, so that's what we have on the covers of the papers for now. Welcome. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and it's about time for us to take the traffic update in Lagos. Note that you can always be part of this segment. Send us some messages via Instagram, Facebook, or even Twitter. Just let us know what exactly is happening in your neighborhood when it comes to traffic. And hey, make sure you take a picture, send it to us using that hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Make sure you're using a hands-free though, just saying. We have quite a lot of information about what's happening on the roads, especially when it comes to how wet the roads are. A lot of messages have started coming through. But on the roads right now, if you're coming from Lasu area, that's around Ojo area of Lagos, you need to get out right now because it's just 1 hour if you're heading towards Orile area of Lagos. So you're basically heading east, and the whole road seems to be blue for now. When I say blue, I mean it's free. There are a few trouble junctions, especially the Festac 3rd Gate and Alakija area. Once you get past there, it is plain sailing all the way down to mile 12. So mile 12 is going to take you about maybe 5-10 minutes for you to get through. Then you'll have a little bit of an issue around the Alaba area and the Koka area. So for some reason, maybe most likely because of flooding, because I do know that the Koka area usually does have a really crazy flooding issue whenever the rains come down. That's where the trouble is. But all in all, in 1 hour or so, you'll be able to get to Orile if you're coming from Lasu Gate. That's the University Gate itself. All right, so I know Mary and MM are in the kitchen, possibly with updates from social media.
Yes, I have one here. It says backlog from Along is now at Ilezik. Now, if you happen to be on that traffic around Along, it's caused by flash flood. So there's a lot of water around the Ikeja along axis, and that's what's responsible for it. Besides that, there was also, I think, an accident, just a very light one. A truck hit a car, and so they literally blocked the road this morning. So if you're around there, that's also part of the cause of the traffic. Though I expect that by now, last mile officials would have cleared them out. Again, if you're also around that axis, just so you know, at around the airport bus stop, there's a broken down truck. And that's immediately after the flyover at airport bus stop inward Ikeja along. Now, that truck is having a right rear tire problem, so that's part of it. So it looks like a combination of so many things causing traffic around Ikeja along today. So if you're coming from Ilepo or you're coming from Yanokwaja or Dokpemu heading to Ikeja or Oshodi, you might want to take alternative routes, keeping in mind that because of the traffic, those alternative routes might also be blocked because of water and bad roads and all. So it's not a good day to go out if you don't have a reason to go out, okay? So you might just want to leave the road for those who have to go out. Or you leave them later, perhaps, not now. So you can make room for those who are in a hurry.
That makes sense, that makes sense. MM, do you have anything?
I have tweets coming here. Well, they came in, updates from quite early in the morning at about 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. this morning.
Okay.
So I don't think it's still, the situation will still be same at this time because, I mean, it's to 6 to 7 a.m. already, so.
All right, so it does feel like the roads are a lot freer than expected on a rainy day, I have to say. If you're coming from Ajah area of Lagos, heading towards Victoria Island, it'll take you about 37 minutes. Now, this is very unprecedented, especially with the rains that are coming down. And I actually had to refresh to see whether it was yesterday's traffic I was talking about. But there is a little bit of tension around the Ibrahim, the Chevron junction, and of course the Chevron toll gate. But it frees up all the way to Jakonde bus stop. The Jakonde bus stop does seem to have some tension because I believe maybe security officials are still there because of the attacks that happened yesterday. Then, of course, the junction of Freedom Way that heads into Lekki Phase 1 is a little bit tense as well, but it might likely just be the traffic light. You will have probably about a 5-10 minute wait time on Ozumba Mbadi Way. But all in all, you should be at Bonny Camp bus stop in 37 minutes if you're leaving Ajah right now. So, but please take care on the roads, of course. We don't want anybody skidding off the road. Whenever it rains, please use your indicators and be as patient as possible. But that's all I have really on my updates so far. I was looking at some tweets earlier. Let me see if I can catch them now. And it was interesting what I found. Apparently, there is a little bit of a traffic jam around, or rather, there is a little bit of traffic around because there is a broken down truck immediately after the flyover at airport bus stop, inward Ikeja along, having a right rear tire issue. That was as at 6 a.m. Yeah, and so if anyone just tuning in needed that update, that particular area might be a place you want to avoid. And well, I don't have any other updates for traffic right now, but I know that the gist has to be updated in that kitchen. So will you ladies give me the chance to get there before we start?
Sure thing, Titi, sure thing. Wow. Mary, how is it getting here this morning, though?
Traffic laden because of the rain and all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah. It's important for people to drive carefully because I know that everyone is in a hurry because, I mean, that's the general perception that when it rains, there's usually traffic. So everyone is in a hurry to get to wherever they want. Everybody's just road rage, even in the rain. So I would advise that please, let's take caution and drive carefully. I mean, we'll still get to where we're going to eventually.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's very important.
All right. It's interesting you should mention road rage of any kind. You know, because I do feel like Nigerians have a lot of anger. A lot of things to be angry about, of course.
We're angry people.
All over the world, people have things to be angry about. You know, I've had enough of this whole Nigerians are this, Nigerians and that. Everybody in the world has an issue they are facing. Everybody has why they are very angry. And the moment we put it to Nigeria, some people are learned enough to know that it's not a general thing. But some people are not. And so when you keep saying Nigerians should do this, Nigerians should do that, it encourages them to do negative things, believing that, well, people should understand that that's how we are.
It's normal.
And it's not normal. It is not. And it also applies to what happened yesterday. Protest everywhere. Even on social media, celebrities going after
each other,
one another. It was crazy now. Like, you guys should be looking for how to find a solution. You are there going after one another.
Let's hope that...
It was really upsetting, I beg.
Let's hope that the delegates has been sent to South Africa, Nigerian delegates have been sent to South Africa, would, of course, they will arrive tomorrow. Would, well, I really hope it's going to be a productive meeting with the South African government.
And the pilfering yesterday, that was horrible.
So that is something else that we need to... A lot of people probably had good intentions. When I say good intentions, when they say they're going to, speak their mind in a particular place. But then there are some people that just go there and take advantage of these situations and use it to rob, use it to make people uncomfortable. They take advantage of the situation because I feel like a lot is being said, a lot has been expressed with anger, but what exactly has it done?
So social media,
nothing.
Social media is a problem in this country. Anybody that likes, let them come after me. Look, somebody is going to stay in a corner of his house, bored.
Yes.
Because if you're in traffic, tired after a very long day, you won't have time for all these things. And then you start instigating crisis.
And then
you are somewhere. Imagine there was a guy that was pushing that Nigerians let's go after all this. And guess what?
Was at home.
2 hours later, he posted, if only I was in Lagos, for example.
Imagine.
I was so upset. I'm like, what is wrong with us? We are supposed to be, okay, so many people were going after, the government hasn't said anything. But even before I left the office yesterday, even as at 1 o'clock yesterday, there was already a stakeholders meeting between South African and Nigerian government. Is it that you're not reading the news or you're not watching the news?
That's the thing. People are not reading.
And then you go on social media and you try to create a lot of confusion.
Okay, so Mary, to buttress your point, there's a lot of fake news that that
Donald
goes
Trump
on social media,
giving us that term fake news, and it is real.
Yeah,
fake news is
there's
real.
a lot of fake news, and it's been propagated by people, just random people who are just so based on assumptions,
of course,
not based on facts, based on assumptions, and then because it's basically people retweet and then they like, so it keeps spreading. And
2 things. That burning building that they said Nigerians were jumping from, it was actually India.
India, exactly.
It was India. It was a fire incident in India that people were trying to escape from, that they were jumping from the windows. People said it was South Africa.
Even the video of the South African police officer that said that there was a statement he made that went viral and quite controversial. That was said 2 years ago.
Imagine.
And that video has been circulating all around social media, like it happened recently.
Yeah.
And you know something? So at the end of the day, I can't blame those who are circulating it because it's still a statement relevant to what's today. So again, it's instigating violence because you're like, if someone of this status, even if he has been sacked, could make this, is a representative of the people in that community. So you can't even blame people. But I'm just like,
So right now, there's no control on what can go on social media. There's no control, but we have control over what we believe and what we decide to do in response to what people say and post on social media. We know that the proper press houses, media houses, will never put out false news deliberately.
So if news houses are putting
deliberately
out false news on social media,
but we are not one of them. We are not one of them. At least if you tune to TVC, you will get the actual news, right?
It's still alleged.
No,
it's not.
I want to just say,
please, I'll tell you the newspaper.
Stay tuned to us on TVC. We'll give you the correct information you need. We have to take a quick break.
Stay with us.
Stay with us.
All right, welcome back. We have music coming up next. Mr. Taiwo Williams is here, a hip-hop artist who raps on stage and, you know, hey, we know him as Paige. Now, Paige, hip-hop is your life now, yeah. Use your mic, yeah? Use your mic. Yeah. So I'm interested in this song you're about to perform, Foin. Okay. All right, so tell me a little bit about Foin.
Okay, Foin is all about life. It's all about relationship. Okay. It's all about life.
Okay.
Life, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I can feel the energy. You're about to, you want to bust this. You want to just go. You want me to go? Let me leave so you can start. All right, take the floor.
What it do? Kilo sell imagine. My leg. My baby come to my best. Share that money you want. Money day. Money full for my bank. Carry your body they come. Heruku yakpala kona kanaki be force. How much I talk in my form? Akpa mi kese tan share the pay kenity form. Oh boy you dead to why yakpala ko bi remaja go to fani lako. Ebini camera kipiri you get me ba mini. Huh? What you nana kama do mini. Kaba ji ju piri kama do mini black.
Ha! Give them. Wow, that's some energy we needed this morning to wake us up, people. Thank you so much, Paige. That was an awesome performance. I felt every bit of it. All right, with me here in the kitchen this morning is Chef Nathaniel Disu. Hey.
Hey, ma'am, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm very good. Good to see you again.
Same here.
Yeah.
All right, so this morning, Nathaniel says he's making bread kind of sushi.
Yeah.
As in, I'm trying to figure out what's going on through this young man's mind this morning. Bread kind of sushi,
Yes.
Never heard of that, so tell us about it.
So basically, the bread is be the like base.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the way sushi is rolled up, then we have egg.
In between.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have plantain, that's dodo.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be very
really
tiny.
tiny,
Like all this
okay.
maize dodo, then we have chicken. Then with some vegetables, then we roll it up, then we have it in form of kebab.
Guys, are you listening to what I just heard?
Yeah. We need to be creative.
Whoa, that is some
just getting ideas from different cultures, different cuisine.
What inspired the meal, by the way?
I just thought of it.
Okay.
And I decided to put it together.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to it, trust me. You have bread, you have plantains,
We
like
have
tiny
egg,
chopped.
yes,
You have
chicken,
eggs, you have chicken.
and some vegetables.
Okay.
We roll it up.
Can we start displaying talk about the ingredients while displaying them?
Yeah,
so what are the ingredients you're working with?
Some of the ingredients, we're going to use sliced bread.
Okay.
We're going to use milk. We're going to use egg. We're going to use cinnamon.
What are we using the milk for, though? For the egg?
For the egg, yes,
okay.
to make it milky and creamy.
Creamy, okay.
We're going to use cinnamon. We're going to use nutmeg. Then vegetables like carrots, we're going to shred it. Then we're going to have lettuce, spring onions together.
That is what you call a wholesome meal.
Yes, very good breakfast.
A wholesome meal, guys. We ain't joking on this show, and it's perfect with your hot cup of coffee or tea or hot chocolate, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, good
I
to
mean,
go.
to get that cold, out of the way, out of the system, right?
Yeah,
All right, so let's get,
so just
setting up.
Get some little things
So if you're
together.
just joining us, people, this morning with me in the kitchen, it's Chef Nathaniel Disu. And guess what? He's making a bread kind of sushi. This is what we do here on Wake Up Nigeria. We give you reasons to, keep tuning in every single day. And we're walking into the weekend gradually. So this is something that basically will just set that pace, set the tone as we go into the weekend. So you could just hang in there, because this is one meal that you take your time to prepare, right?
Exactly.
You don't rush.
You don't need to rush it.
Yeah. So that Saturday morning, as you wake up, you have your bread, you have your plantain, you have your eggs, you have your chicken, you have your vegetables, you have your cinnamon, nutmeg. Just whip it all together. Have your bread in a roll. Just tell them that, see, guys, this morning I am having my own kind of sushi. I learned it on Wake Up Nigeria. Let's give it to them, right? Great stuff happening here on the show. I'm pretty excited. So, the chicken, are we going to chop it up in tiny bits?
I'll first fry it, then once it's done, they'll now chop it up tiny.
So we're gonna like pantier it.
Yes, just with the egg.
What are we gonna season it with?
Yes, we will surely season it with. We have black pepper.
Okay.
We have ginger.
Okay.
Salt and some cinnamon and nutmeg.
What are we doing with this though?
It's for the bread. I'm going to flatten the sliced bread so as to be able to roll up.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so just.
And I see a banana, so I'm wondering, okay,
No, it's
so
plantain.
it actually looks like a banana.
Yeah, it's just little because we don't need
okay.
much.
Yeah, so we're
We
just
only chopped
okay,
it, so
okay.
Just need little.
All right, amazing stuff happening here on the show. Like what Chef Nathaniel said earlier on, his inspiration from this meal is just, he likes to think of ideas, which is really nice, which is the good thing about, cooking. You don't have to be so conventional all the time, bread and egg.
And one thing about it is that from our childhood, we've actually known just a particular type of bread and egg.
Yeah, right?
It gets boring.
It gets boring.
And people don't. But when you spice it up, have different varieties, people would want to love. to eat
Yeah,
bread
I'm
and
really
egg.
looking forward to this
You
more.
can have it for children's lunch pack. Just
And schools are resuming.
Exactly, schools are
very
resuming, so
soon.
it's a nice
Yeah, so you want to,
breakfast to
pepper them gang. Tell them, oh yeah, so your kid resumes school in their lunchbook and just bring it out. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this for
my
me
name
this
is Shade.
morning.
See my black
Okay, so let's bring out all of the ingredients so that we
almost
could,
done.
show people how we are making our bread kind of sushi this morning. And just because you want sushi, basic sushi is a Chinese, kind of recipe. You can find them in Chinese restaurants, and you could also look them online so that you have an idea, of what we are making on the show this morning. I see tatashe. Is it tatashe?
Yes, we're going to use bell peppers.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
bell peppers. Oh, okay.
For the kebab. So just
Okay.
instead of normal kebab is with meat,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
just use this one just to spice it up and make it a little bit colorful.
Okay.
So
I really wish I could go into your head right now
And
figure out what it is that you're about to create this morning. But I know that we are going to eventually get, to that point. So I'm just going to let you take it one step
at a time.
At a time. No rush, people. No rush. We have all the time here on Wake Up Nigeria, well, at least to 8:45 a.m. where, the show ends. But for now, we are here to stay, to entertain you, to give you all the fun and excitement, to spice up your morning and to spice up your day, people. All right. Yes, there's still so much more to come on the show. We have music, we have nutrition. Yes, Nitya, hello, will be joining us very soon. And of course, we have a comedian coming on later on the show, people. We ain't joking here on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us. There's so much more to come. We'll be right back.
Now, believe it or not, it's Wednesday, halfway through the week. It's a wet Wednesday, by the way.
Wet Wednesday. And every morning in the week means we will be bringing you another edition of Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Of course, my name is Titilayo Oniso.
And I am Mary Bashwa Alimi. Remember, we're streaming live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Now, those comments, we love them. We appreciate them. Send them across all our social media platforms as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Use that hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
In case you don't know, we have an app and it's available for download at both Android and iOS stores. The app allows you to watch us from absolutely anywhere in the world.
That app helped me when I was on my break. It was so easy. Just click. All right, so we have some amazing food about to be prepared in the kitchen. Brand new recipe in the kitchen, as always, already buzzing. Chef Nathaniel's here.
Yeah.
Hi, Nathaniel. Great to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Yes, guys, so we already dropped a hint on what we're making this morning. If you're just joining us, it's something very interesting. You don't want to miss out on the recipe. So stay with us, please. Stay with us.
Okay, we'll be watching keenly. We surely don't want to miss out.
Of course, I'm already hungry. Already.
Yes, so.
We also have certified nutritionist Nitya Khalil. Now, she'll be talking about the keto diet and the best way to go about it. Right after that, we'll bring you some music from Nigerian American singer and rapper Ajibade. Now, the CEO of Le Chic Hair Salon, Aduke Iwashokun, is going to be here. Now, it's going to be interesting because we're talking about dreads. Dread carriers need to style their hair in a special way, and we're going to be seeing some versatile stylings today. That should be fun.
And of course, on relationships, Sandra Odufaderi will be talking about things that married couples do, which can lead to cheating and a possible divorce.
The D word. Nobody wants to hear that word these days. But it's also still about the music. We have another performance that will be coming your way in a bit. Then we will be joined
with married people, because even when they send witches and wizards to come and press you, when they receive the weather, they will go back.
Alrighty.
Okay, please. No essay jokes today. It's
really?
It's too risky. We need to warn him. It seems like he's really good at it. So we'll just tell him, Uncle, let's keep it aside today.
So something else I've been seeing on social media is posts of Eku school fees. So people were actually sending it to me like Eku school fees. And it just made me think back to how many times I had heard people essentially complain about this whole high school fees thing going on. There was actually a group of ladies that approached me talking about homeschooling because of the fact that fees are so expensive. And I don't know, have you started paying for creche and all that for your daughter yet?
Well,
you have,
no, not yet.
Not
Till
yet.
January.
Okay, till January. So I hope I've not made you too worried. But I know that.
Yes. So the thing is, because I'm a fan of planning ahead. You know, I'm a big fan of planning ahead. Like, I really do not like to be caught unawares. Yeah. So, but on the other hand, regardless of the fact that, so there's also that pressure parents put on themselves to send their children to, you know, the expensive schools, because there's a clique of other friends who also have their children in those schools. But the thing is, some of these people, other parents can afford it. So why not just send your child to a school or your children to schools that you can afford?
You know what you said about planning? There's something about making plans as a parent. Something will come up.
Yeah.
Well, that
So
happens too.
it's very good to make plans, but it's also a known fact that anything else can come up.
True.
But I always tell people, when it comes to education, you should not play with it.
Yeah.
When it comes to your rent, you're always making sure you hustle around and make
Yeah.
sure you pay your rent on
time.
You know, on time. But when it comes to education, some parents are a bit more laid back, and the school should understand. Even when you know your landlord will not understand.
So let's not leave all of that, you know, responsibility on the teachers. You know, let's also as parents do what we can. I know it's not easy because you know the hustle. You go through the hustle and bustle. You get back home. You're tired. Your child comes up to you with, "Oh, mommy, help me with this homework. Oh, mommy, I can't understand this. Or daddy, I can't understand this." And you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. I'm tired."
Okay.
But I think it would be nice if we could stretch it a little more, just to help out. You know.
Well,
You know
as
what?
parents do what they have to do, we'll let Ibrahim do what he has to do. It's time for us.
Know that Chef Nathaniel is in the kitchen, and of course I'll be joining him.
Yeah.
Now,
Why not just go?
Yeah,
go
I'm
meet him
actually-
now, 'cause
yeah.
something smells good.
Yes, so I am so excited this morning about what Chef Nathaniel is making. Yay! We are making bread kind of sushi, people. Bread kind of sushi. Bread kind of sushi.
Yes.
I can't get over this recipe, trust me. But hey, Nathaniel, let's go over the ingredients we're working with once again.
Okay, we have our sliced bread here.
Yeah.
We have eggs.
And
milk is inside. Then we have spring onions. We have our regular onions, bell peppers, shredded carrots. Then we have plantain and also our lettuce.
All right.
So, and we have our chicken. I've already spiced it up and it's being fried.
What did you spice up the chicken with?
I used black pepper, I used salt and nutmeg. So that's all.
Okay. You mentioned cinnamon earlier.
Yes, I'm going to use cinnamon too in the egg to make it a little bit. And also on the bread too.
Oh, okay. There's a particular aroma and flavor that cinnamon adds to whatever recipe you're cooking. I mean, it's amazing. So let's get to it. So we have our milk in our eggs.
Yes.
I told you guys that this one's recipe, it is the big body type of breakfast. It's that type of breakfast that wakes you up. All right, so our chicken is ready. Are we going to like dice that up, like
yes,
chop it up?
Yes, we're going to chop it up, even with the plantain. Like the way this carrot is, so we're going to do that to the plantain.
Wow.
So as they're eating it, just have a little taste of it.
So what are we working with first? We have our sliced bread here.
Yes.
You said we are going to like flatten it out here.
Yes, so let's get to that now.
Do you need me to help you out with anything?
Okay, none for now.
Okay, great.
So just have a sliced bread. We're going to chop off the edges.
Oh, okay. I could help you with that whilst you're checking on the
sure.
chicken. Okay. So we're making a sushi kind of breakfast this morning, people, using bread. I know some of you watching right now like, what's that? Oh, well.
Sushi is actually a Japanese food.
Yeah.
So just
it's a Japanese, Chinese, an Asian recipe,
Asian recipe generally.
Yeah,
so I just like kind of borrowing that idea. So.
Is that okay?
Yes, just that's enough.
Okay. So what do you need me to do?
So let me just show you
taking
how
off
to
the edges.
roll it up. So just like this.
Okay.
To make it flat.
Nice. So that it's easier to roll up in. Okay. Great. So you can't actually achieve this if you're using agege bread.
No. You just have to use sliced bread.
Just saying. But some of us like our agege bread.
So just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So we are going to flip it to the other side.
Just to make sure it is flat.
Flat. Okay.
So this is ready.
All right. So I'm just going to,
do for the remaining.
Work on the rest here. Okay. So can we go through the process all over again?
Okay. So the first thing I did is to fry the plantain because we're going to use that in the bread.
Okay.
And I'm also frying the chicken.
Yeah.
Because I'm also going to use it in the bread. So what we're going to do is that once the bread is ready, we'll kind of smear part of the egg. Just use to rub it.
Okay.
Then we'll fry it. We'll fry the egg. Then once we are done, we'll now add our lettuce.
Oh, okay. So, take me through this process once again, because it's quite interesting.
This
you have our milk and eggs in here, which of course
inside.
we're going to add cinnamon in later on.
Yes, cinnamon and a little bit nutmeg. So once we are done with that, we'll now, like the way you do butter on bread, we're going to add the egg on the bread.
Okay.
Then we'll now fry that part of the egg.
Okay.
So once that is done, then we'll add lettuce, add the plantain, chicken, shredded carrots and other vegetables. Then once we are done, we'll now roll it up and fry it again.
And fry it again.
Yes,
so we are not going to use eggs anymore on the surface of the bread.
Once we are done with the inside, that's all.
It.
So you're just going to have like flavor of the egg.
Oh, great. Wow. I told you guys that this morning's recipe is nothing like you've ever seen before. And whilst we are still trying to work out, a lot still, going on here in the kitchen. We're waiting for our chickens to get, cooked. Our plantains are ready. We'll be checking out some funny videos on the internet really soon, right after this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. Nithya, can you dig it out like that? Can you dance as much as that?
I really wish.
Oh, such funny videos, really.
I know. It's such a mood changer.
Yeah, it is. It definitely sets our mood in a better place right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's time for us to talk nutrition. And I have Nitya Hulu, who is a certified nutritionist and a fat loss expert. She'll be talking about the keto diet and the ways to go around it.
Exactly.
And of course, when we talk about keto diet, we're talking about no or low carbs diet. Tell me more about this.
You know, like I feel like as a nutritionist, whenever people come to me, the first thing they want to do is to cut carbs to lose weight. Yes, you do lose a lot of weight very quickly when you cut carbs. However, people don't understand that when they do cut carbs, actually, internally what happens is that your glycogen stores get low. So you do lose weight, but most of that weight is your water weight.
Oh.
So you can go from like 65 to 62 kgs, but once you start eating your yam, you start eating your soups, you'll put all the weight back. So it's very temporary. And there are also a lot of dangers associated with very low carb diets like the keto diet. And like we were actually discussing before, it does work, but it's also about how sustainable it is.
So it's not enough for it to work, it's also important for it to be sustainable as well.
Very, very important to be sustainable, because at the end of the day, the human body is more complex than just like carbs, proteins, and fats. It needs a lot of vitamins. And mostly when people do keto, they go for the lazy keto.
There's a lazy keto.
There's a lazy keto, which is the easier version, you know, because basically what they understand of keto is that let's go really high on meats.
Okay.
And that's not keto. And you know, and they don't eat enough vegetables, because of which they end up feeling constipated. And all of this also affects your heart health, and it puts you at the danger of having digestive cancers as well.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Just because you want to stay
Exactly. You know, so basically for something so short term, you are really damaging your long-term health.
Whoa.
Yeah, and for women especially, it really low carb diets messes with our hormones.
It
so
does?
anyone who's got thyroid issues should never do a very low carb diet, because it reduces the amount of T3.
Is this why women who are trying to get pregnant are advised to avoid any form of diets?
Exactly, because you know, they require complete nutrition. And you cannot just get nutrition from proteins and fats. Carbs, they give you a lot of vitamins, lot of fiber. Your stools are so much more softer. Otherwise, you'll end up getting anal fissures, lot of pain. All of this really affects your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. So I suggest for anyone who's going on a weight loss plan, be very careful about your carbs, but don't cut them off. Like we were saying, you can always swap your white breads for some whole wheat multigrain breads. You can always do a whole wheat pasta or a whole wheat spaghetti instead of a refined flour spaghetti. And instead of white potatoes, you can always go for plantain and yam, because they have so much more to offer as opposed to something that's refined and doubly refined.
So plantain and yam instead of Irish potatoes, what we call Irish potatoes?
Yes, Irish potatoes, yes.
But sweet potatoes are all right with the fiber in them?
Yes, they are, because they have so much of vitamin A, vitamin B. All of this really helps your skin, your digestion, and it just makes you feel a lot more fitter. Also, if someone's going to the gym, your body needs carbs to make up for the muscles that you're breaking down during your workout. So let's say you're going to the gym, you're going on a very low carb diet. You will look very slim. You will look perfect in the dresses that you're wearing, but internally your body is drained. It needs more. So especially when you're working out, please make sure that you do have the carbs that you're supposed to have. But like I said, just be very careful about the carbs that suit your body. So try and do complex carbs as opposed to simple carbs.
When you say complex carbs as opposed to simple carbs, what do you mean?
Like I said, some people want to have brown rice instead of white rice to just increase their fiber content. Totally doable.
So you could replace your white rice with brown rice.
That's okay. And if you're having doubly polished rice, you can always go for the unpolished rice that we do still get in the market. You just need more cleaning in that though. But yeah, you can always do that.
Like the one week local rice called called Ofada.
Ofada, yeah.
So that is actually better than even the polished rice.
Much better than
so it's
the
better to
polished
invest
rice.
more in that type of rice.
Exactly. Just that we need, like I said, we need to take our time to clean it. But other than that, all these the unpolished rice is so much better than the polished ones because they make it basically go through so many more machines.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, you're eating nothing but plastic, I feel, at the,
Oh, wow, because most of the nutrients have been taken out.
Exactly. So everything is pulled out of the food.
So how can we do this right? Like, because I remember you said there's the lazy keto. Which one is that keto that requires work and still works and, of course, can last for a long term?
So you need to understand 2 or 3 important things when we're doing keto. One is that vegetables are highly important. So you can't just go really high on fats and proteins and go zero on vegetables because you need the fiber. Okay. So on your plate, I suggest that if you are doing a keto diet and if it is working for you, half of your plate should be just vegetables.
Half vegetables?
Yes,
okay.
And the other bit can be like a little bit of protein and a little bit of fat.
Okay.
Also, you cannot be getting your fat from processed sources like bacon. Like I see many posts up, saying that I'm doing a keto and they're eating a plate full of fried bacon.
Oh.
I know it's very tasty. However, fried bacon is so processed and that's not the kind of fat that you're looking. The fat that you're looking for is probably through nuts, through avocados.
Oh, wow.
Through pure sources, through natural sources, rather than deep fried foods. Okay. So that's something, your quality of fat, the fiber that you put in your body, also the protein. It needs to be a complete form of protein. Like over here, we anyway do animal protein, so that's okay. But even in that, I suggest that if you are going on a keto, try to have the chicken breast instead of the chicken thigh.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's got a lot more of lean protein and less fat as opposed to the thigh, even though the thigh is very, very tasty.
Okay.
So these are the swaps that you can make in your diet to make sure that you're having a complete balanced meal. And going completely zero carb is never an option. It should never be an option. It really affects your health in the long run. Your skin loses a lot of brightness. Like somehow you just feel very weak.
Yes, and
so
your face looks lean and a bit
dry. Exactly.
That's why when you said the water loss, it made a lot more sense because I've observed that those who do those diets usually look a bit lean and dry.
Exactly, and we feel like, oh my God, they've lost so much weight, but it's not the weight that we really
weight.
Exactly, and there's a lot of hair fall when people go on keto or very low carb diets because your hair needs nourishment.
Oh, wow.
So if you go very low on carbs, the first thing that will happen is your hair will become weak, your nails will start chipping. So these are the signs that you should look for when you're doing any kind of diet, if it's working for you or not working for you.
Okay, so if you missed any part of this, you might want to watch again on social media, or of course on our website, tvcontinental.tv, because I've learned a lot about knowing how to lose weight the right way, especially if you choose to observe the keto diet. I know so many people that say, I did keto, after a while it stopped working, or after I stopped doing it, I gained so much more weight. So these are the things to look out for. These are the causes of this. Thank you so much for being on the show, Nithya. So Nithya Hula, of course, is a nutrition expert. We'll take this break and the show continues. Stay with us.
Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, people, you're about to witness our second performance for the day. Abdul Samad Olaiton, known as Asomone, started music at the age of 13 and has composed more than 60 songs. And this morning, he'll be performing to All For You. So tell me, All For You sounds like a love song. Is it for a lover or a friend?
No, actually,
or girlfriend?
For no one.
Okay.
When the inspiration came, we just sang it like
Is your mic?
Okay, when the inspiration came, we just sang it due to the kind of beat my producer gave to me when I was in the studio.
Okay.
So I just had to work on it. And when I saw it was rhyming with something like that, I had to work on it.
Okay, you look young, and you've been in this industry for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
How has it been? What's the challenge? What are the challenges that you have faced so far?
Let me say, when I was at age 10, I was in primary 6 then. So there was a particular time I went to the studio. Like, I went to one studio, I was like telling the man that, sir, I'm an artist, I want to sing. Then I was like, which kind of song do I sing? that is he nursery school rhymes or because he messed me and I was like, no, hip hop. So the man said, my friend, if you don't get out of this studio now, do you think they are playing here or what?
Wow.
So he chased me out and I was so embarrassed.
Oh, he didn't give you a chance, and that really hurts.
And I was like,
and now you are here on Wake Up Nigeria, performing to all for you. I mean, who can beat that, right? Okay, so I'm just going to let you do your thing quickly, Asomani. Take it away. Just for you, all for you. Thank you so much, Asomani. Really loved that performance this morning. And wow, I'm inspired by your story this morning. Started from the bottom, now we're here, people, on Wake Up Nigeria. And yes, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Nathaniel Disu. Yes, and this morning, guys, guess what? He's making bread kind of sushi. Yeah, azah. Can you feel the excitement in my voice? On your screen right there are the ingredients, people. And we have started this process. And it's an interesting one, just in case. Let's go through the ingredients once again.
Okay,
Nathaniel.
so for our bread like sushi, we're using sliced bread. We're using spring onions, egg, milk, bell peppers, onions, lettuce, plantain, chicken and carrots.
Nice. Shredded carrots. Yes.
So and for the plantain, we actually fried it, then and I chopped it in little tiny pieces. Same with the chicken, spice this, fried
so
it. So
now people have to know how you came, because we already have started making our bread kind of sushi here. As you can see over here, look at that. Looks really nice. Yummy. And it tastes really nice as well. So let's show them how it's done.
For the bread, we chopped off the edges because we don't need them. Then we use this ruler to flatten it up. Then once we're done, add our egg,
and milk.
And milk, yes, with cinnamon. Just the way you do bread and butter. So just
spread it on it.
Then.
And let's not forget that we have our pan already heating up.
So once you're done, we'll fry the egg parts.
So you added a little bit of vegetable oil to the pan.
So it doesn't get dried.
And then it doesn't stick to the pan,
it doesn't stick to the pot.
And it's important, people, to note that when working with this, or when creating this recipe, you use a non-stick pan.
Very, very important. Very, if not, the bread will just be tearing off and you will not enjoy it.
It's going to be a disaster, trust me. So it's better to go with a non-stick pan, you know. That way you get the best from your bread kind of sushi. Loving this breakfast this morning.
So, we're pretty done with that.
Okay, so we're not going to let it dry out completely?
No, not much, because we're still going to add things inside. So we have our lettuce, just in little pieces.
See the way we slice up that lettuce?
Yes.
Looks really nice.
Then our shredded carrots.
There's a lot of vegetables going into this recipe this morning.
And this also makes it a very healthy breakfast. So it's not just they are just frying. We have good vegetables. So
you're not just eating. You're actually eating healthy. So let's talk about the red and green bell peppers. What are you doing with that?
So this, we're actually going to do it in form of kebab. So we're going to, as it is like this, we're still going to chop it in little. Then this will just be to
just to spice it up.
And also make it a bit colorful.
So basically it's for garnishing.
Yes, just for garnishing. We're not using it.
Nice. So that's our chicken in there.
Yeah. So.
Nicely cut. And please take note that our chicken has already been spiced.
Exactly. And made use of black pepper, nutmeg, and salt. So no need of seasoning.
No need to season at all. Okay. And then we just fried it up and just chopped it. And
you also don't need to actually boil your chicken before. So it's just more like the way you do, all these barbecued chicken
like you
or
pan-sear.
Fish. Yeah, just to spice it up and
great.
So
okay.
Almost done.
So let's show them how you actually folded this.
So just fold it a little bit.
Okay, nice. Coming out really nice. And then we're going to put it back in the pan.
pan.
And once you put it in the pan, it just sticks.
Yes. So
nice.
And you also apply little pressure so that the bread doesn't open and fall off.
Okay.
So just periodically you'll be flipping both sides until you...
This is like making shawarma.
Yes, just like a mini shawarma.
A mini shawarma. But instead we are using our own sliced bread.
Yes, sliced bread.
Instead of,
and
you know,
also you can also use, that's where I'm even going to, you can also use tortilla.
Then, you can also use tortillas?
Yes, just so, and once they're done, you cut it in little. The basic thing is to have a flat bread. So even our agege bread, you can actually
you can also achieve that.
Cut it down, flatten it up.
Yeah.
So the main thing is just have a flat surface.
So anything. Oh yeah. So. Amazing, amazing. This would actually really taste good, so good with agege bread.
Exactly.
I know. I'm a fan. I love agege bread. I can't help it. Hot ones. Yeah, those early morning agege
6 a.m. bread.
Nathaniel, you're in the spirit. All right, the show has been amazing so far. But at this point, people, we need to take a break. Guess what? Third hour, final hour of the show. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
On a maze like welcome back. Welcome back. Well, you know, it's been 2 hours of non-stop activity on the show,
and we're still not done. And of course we love it. We love every part of it.
What's not to love, really? What's not to love?
Especially that aromas emanating from the kitchen.
We need to first thank everybody.
My stomach is rumbling right now. Chef
Okay.
is doing it again.
Cut in the act. Thank you. All right. Great to see there's a lot happening in the kitchen. It's allowed. You can't be in the kitchen and not pop one or two things in your mouth.
Yes,
but thank you so much for tuning in.
My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I am Mary Bashwa Alimi.
You need to watch us live no matter whatever is happening. Just go online, that's tvcentertainment.tv, and Facebook Live at TVC Connect.
Of course, you know you can send in your comments using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
We also have an app available for download. Please have it handy. Android, iOS, no matter what sort of device you're using, download this app. From anywhere in the world, you'll be able to see us.
Yeah, yes, that's true. So we'll move on to the highlights now. Marriage and relationship expert Sandra Odufaderi will be shedding light on some of the things that married couples do that could possibly lead to cheating and or divorce.
I like the way you said and or.
Yes, it's
either
cheating.
Oh, goodness me.
Cheating leads to it sometimes.
We also have another musical performance, though. When it comes to music, you know we don't slack here.
At all.
We have Jibade joining us for a chat in just a bit.
And lastly, we will be joined by actor, stand-up comedian, and TV presenter Deacon Kamo for a chat.
Is that not bring myself up? Is that I want to eat white native fowl?
Okay, so it's always great having, you know, just the ladies. Doesn't it feel nice?
It does, right?
Like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know whether it's a feminist thing going on, I don't know.
Babe, you want to start?
I feel like
people are angry
these
right
guys
now.
should give us one day a week for it to just be ladies, you know? I don't know, it's just fun.
All right, so I'm going to delve a little bit because there's an uproar on social media, well, apart from the xenophobic attack, about this couple who got married without a wedding reception.
They apparently had a wedding reception.
They did not.
They did.
They released the statement.
They did.
Wait now, calm down
they
now.
Did.
How?
It was posted on the one of the blogs,
so
actually.
Why?
So what they
so
didn't want was people would come only for the reception.
Oh.
So it was a case of no reception. So when the wedding ended was when they were like, okay, so we're going to have our reception here. So it was only those who actually attended the wedding
that went for
made
the
it to the
reception.
reception.
Oh.
Yeah. So they actually
That's actually interesting.
So why did they now?
Yeah, yes, no reception
Christmas?
now. We are not calling you to come and eat alone.
Yeah,
we are asking you to celebrate with us.
It's actually interesting.
Makes a lot of sense.
So our wedding was both traditional court and white.
On the same day?
Same day, same venue.
Wow.
In the same hall.
Wow.
So we were the ones going out to change. Everybody stayed. So by the time people usually come for reception was actually when we were just starting our white wedding.
A friend of mine tried that, and it was really stressful for her. I mean, it was so stressful because she did the trad in the early hours of the morning, and by the time she came out, she was just sweating.
But guess what?
You know, and
we paid for one venue. We paid just one
but you
caterer.
actually save a lot of cost, too.
You save money.
Yeah.
We had just one decorator. One gele.
So, you know, that semi-masculine part of me tells me, why should we have a reception? Like, why do you even get married? Have your parents bless your marriage and move on with life. That's my ideal. I feel like we spend so much on all these extras that are unnecessary.
True.
Kneel down in front of your parents, mommy and daddy, bless us, so let this marriage be fruitful. Let's move on with life.
Yeah,
but no,
You have
church
a point.
wedding.
But you know, sometimes, Mary, even you
we have to move on.
We have to move on to the news,
I wish we could continue. But don't worry, there'll be more ladies' days like this. We need those guys
Where we
out of
can
here
just-
sometimes.
So there's no ladies day because Ibrahim is on standby.
Welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria continues now with the fast-rising and talented Nigerian-American singer, Jibade Olajoku. Now, this is the real Jibade, rapper, singer, performer, and label executive dedicated to bringing his mark to bear in the entertainment scene and, of course, contribute his quota to the feel-good vibes of Nigerian music. He's going to be performing right now, Losing My Mind. Right? You want to perform that one for us? I love that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to change? You want to change it? You want to change? You sure?
I was doing Forget About Love.
Oh, Forget About Love.
Yeah.
Okay, that's also a really great one. First of all, talk to us a little bit about your vibe. You know.
Yeah, basically, I'm into Afro pop, Afro fused music. I have an American background, but basically. I'm fusing everything together.
Okay.
Make it sound good.
All right. Yeah. So when did it start for you? When did it start?
It's been a while. I've been doing music for a long time, and it's just second nature. It's like a passion for me. Yeah.
So when we add label executive on that, you know, sometimes the pressures of doing the administrative stuff, trying to make sure things are working, can affect your creativity. Have you ever been through anything like that?
No, I have a strong team. I delegate a lot, but what I do is I oversee the strategies. You know what I mean? So. That's where my strength is strategy, and I get people to execute for me.
All right then. I'm loving what you're wearing.
Yeah,
I have
thanks.
to say, what do you call it? This is Africa upside down.
Yeah.
On the top.
Yeah. So let me explain this.
Okay.
So actually, this is the real map of the world. Is actually like the real African map should be upside down. Actually.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
it's like it's a westernized, colonialized mentality. They flipped it over. So this is actually the way it should be on. So.
Yeah.
South Africa
Yeah.
is actually North Africa.
Okay. All right.
And
West Africa. Well.
yeah,
North
the North
Africa.
is actually South. So this is the right way the map should be.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go Google it. You know
All
what I mean?
right then, no problem. I think I
Yeah.
will. I think I'm going to do some more research
do
on
some
that
research
one.
on that, yeah.
So the name of the song, Talk About Love, right?
Forget About Love.
Forget About Love,
Forget About
sorry.
Love, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
What's that song about?
So the song's about it's a playful song. I mean, people took it very serious when I announced the title. How would you say Forget About Love? But I was just being like, you know, there's some circumstances whereby a guy and a girl meets, and it's not really love. It's just like, you know, they just want to take advantage of each other.
Okay.
So that's what it's all about. Yeah.
So Forget About Love is what you're going to be performing now. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's a new single. We just dropped it last week.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful. Let me hear your Instagram handle one more time.
At the real Jibade.
Beautiful. All right then. So we're about to hear that performance once again. The real Jibade is right here performing Forget About Love.
Baby got the energy. You be my medicine.
Very cool vibe. Just
very cool vibe.
Oh baby.
Oh, what? Yes, people, this is Chef Nathaniel Disu, and this morning, guys, he's made bread kind of sushi. Yes. And so we'll take you through, you know, the ingredients, which of course are on your screen right there, and then the process, because food is ready. Or should I say breakfast is ready?
Breakfast, sushi is ready.
Sushi is ready. Great. Okay, so over to you, Nathaniel, quickly.
So for our breakfast today, we made use of sliced bread.
Yeah.
And we cut off the edges of the sliced bread because
Yes.
we don't need that. Then we flatten the surface. Then we mixed our egg with cinnamon, nutmeg, and milk. So we place the milk, the egg on the bread like butter, the way you do butter. Then we've already fried our plantain and our seasoned chicken. Then we chop them up in little pieces.
Okay.
And we have our bell peppers, and we have some vegetables in there. Our shredded carrots, spring onions, and yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That's all.
It, yeah.
And our lettuce, yeah, I wanted to remember. So once we are done with the frying, with the egg, we now fried the part of the egg with the bread. Then we put in our vegetables, our lettuce, carrots, chicken, and plantain. Then we roll it up and fry it again.
Voila, as you can see. Yes. So right now we are about to
finish up the dressing.
Finish up.
So we're going to add
presentation.
Yeah.
Because food presentation is key.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
when cooking. And some of us just, I beg, it's not all going into the mouth. Yeah, but sometimes you're cooking for people, you have to make it look really good.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
food is first eaten with the eyes.
Yes, before it gets to the, you know, gets into the mouth and then the tummy. This is really nice.
Yeah. So
now, that is what you call a meal. Look at that. Look at that.
So we're done this way.
I mean, look at this. This looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks really, really nice. It looks colorful. So imagine just, you know, eating this, taking this one, you know, bites at a time.
Take it to a cool coffee. Just
yeah.
Your breakfast is ready.
Very nice. Very nice. And if you don't have all the time to layer on into a kebab, well, you could just have it, you know, as a finger food.
Yes, just
you know,
just scatter them.
Yeah, exactly. Just
and you can just be relaxed. Maybe if you're a career person, adjusting with your jobs, then maybe you have some work to do on the laptop. Just be taking one at a time, and life is easy.
Nathaniel had all of you in mind this morning. Okay, really, really, really liking this. I mean, all of this, you know, fusion, you marrying it together in your mouth is going to be something else. I mean, I can just imagine. I haven't had it yet with the bell peppers, but I imagine that is going to be a burst of fun, you know, in your mouth when you put it in.
Yeah. So
really nice. I'm loving this. I'm loving every bit of it. Really, really nice. And like Nathaniel said, the inspiration for this meal basically is spread your wings when it comes to food. Be creative. You know,
me, I believe for someone that knows how to cook, you can just take the simplest of meals, then
turn it into
dissect
something
it,
else.
do something creative. You don't need to be doing the way you've been.
Not bread and egg all
just
the time.
Casual bread and egg, just carry.
Just go bread and egg.
It's boring. This is 2019. You need to move forward.
Yeah, what? Oh, wow, he actually went there. Yeah, and then you could actually use any kind of bread, you know, to achieve this recipe. You could use your agege bread, you could use tortillas.
The basic thing is to have a flat surface to...
so that, you know, it's easier to roll all of your, you know, ingredients into it and then just, you know, beautiful. Loving this.
So we're good to
breakfast is ready, people.
So ready.
Look at that.
So
look at that. We're giving you many reasons, you know, to spice up your home, spice up your kitchen, you know, and probably even spice up your life.
And another thing that is also important for guys that know how to cook, and you have a significant order.
Yeah.
You need to show them, you need to pepper them.
Of course,
you need to pepper the ladies. Don't allow one girl to just come and use and do shakara.
Ah, yes. Imagine having a Nathaniel as your significant order. You just breakfast
just
in
the
bed.
morning, exactly. Just
on a
present
cold
it.
morning like this. On a cold morning, right? Like this.
She can't say no to you.
She can't.
With this.
Short, it is there. I mean, it's sealed.
It's sealed.
Sealed. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. I mean, this breakfast is so lovely. We'll be right back, people, with so much. Oh, yes, our last guest is waiting on the couch already. Stay with us. You don't want to miss out.
Welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria continues right now. Now we have Deacon Kamo in the building. Yeah. Now he is best known as a stand-up comedian. He's also an MC, presenter, and actor. His brand of comedy typically reflects a wholesome African set of values and cuts across so many different spheres of society.
It is great to have you here.
Yes, indeed. Deacon, come on. This one that you're hugging our pillow, I'm suspecting you. What's it?
I'm cold, though. I didn't know.
Welcome.
I've known this place is this cold. I would have brought like 2 jackets.
Really?
Or probably bring my wife.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, the comedy begins now.
Yeah, apparently.
Good morning, TBC. It's good to be here.
Oh,
it's good to have you here.
I love you guys.
Oh.
You missed us and you loved us.
Just for the next one, in case I come next one, if I forget to say I miss you, just stick it now.
Okay. So it's free.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? Before we get into this conversation, let's take a look at something Deacon Kamo has done so we can set the tone right for this conversation.
Nigerian here, and you have people in your village that are disturbing you. It's not your people, because even when they send witches and wizards to come and press you, when they receive the weather, they will go back.
All right.
Okay.
Very interesting, that one.
We've been giggling in the studio. You know, we're almost forgetting ourselves just now. We're talking so much. But Deacon. Well, you know what? First, Deacon. Deacon
Kamo.
So we have to talk about the Deacon thing.
Okay.
All right. So where did that start?
Okay. Basically, I was a dancer many years ago.
Okay.
Even if you didn't pay, imagine 10 of us going for a dance show, and I was a stuntman. I wasn't just a dancer. I could stunt. Wow. I could flip. I could do hair spin. I could do hand spin, back spin, and every other stuff. So let's just say I was a b-boy dancer. So imagine 10 of us going for a dance show, and after doing all those stuffs, 10 of us, they will now give us 9,000 naira. So we'll now spend 2,500 to get home.
Wow.
And they will now share the money. Then 500 will now get to me. And out of that 500, I will now use 450 to buy drugs because I was a stunter. So it didn't really...
So you have to clarify the drugs we're talking about now.
Medicine.
We have to
medicine,
be sure. Okay.
So I realized that when I talk in public, people laugh. You know, say this country.
Okay.
So I just decided to I started from my family. I would just talk my family members would just be laughing, and I'm like, oh, now because they know me.
Yeah.
People are just sentimental. So I took it outside and it worked. So I started from church and it worked. So my name there was Kamo the Comedian. So in bracket, KDC. So everyone knew me as KDC, Kamo the Comedian. So I went, our church, we had a program in South Africa, so I went. And it was a big platform, a very, very big platform. Thousands of people were live and millions of people were watching all around the world. You know our church, so we use technology a lot. So I was introduced on stage as Deacon Kamo.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes. There was a short drama comedy.
Okay.
Or a comedy that needed drama.
Okay.
So I needed to do it with someone. The person acted as pastor, and he was supposed to introduce me on stage as Deacon. So he now called Deacon, come on stage. So ever since that day, the name stuck.
Wow.
You know,
Because of the wider
because of the
audience.
So before I even left the stage, people already started sending me messages on Instagram, on my Deacon Camo. So I couldn't just change it again. So I've been waiting since I was introduced on stage as Deacon Camo, and I've been waiting for my pastor to ordain me as a deacon. And probably the Lord has not ministered to him. So I heard from God on his behalf.
Wow.
I just drank a bottle of oil to ordain myself as deacon. So that's how Deacon Camo came.
But you know, it does feel like it might limit you to just clean comedy.
Well, the thing is, anybody can do a clean comedy. It's just a matter of choice. Anyone can do a clean comedy. A clean comedy is a comedy that anybody can listen to. Both the adults and the babies. It's a comedy that you would listen to, and you would, instead of being depressed, you'll be uplifted. Do you understand? It's a comedy that comes with motivation. Like, for example, gospel comedy. You don't say you're a gospel comedian and you crack jokes against the word of God.
Definitely not.
You must crack jokes with the word of God.
Of course.
People that jokes that people will listen to and like, wow, it's true. For example, someone goes online and talks about paying tithe is bad. Then a comedian will now come on stage and now crack a joke in respect of that, encouraging it, that you are cracking jokes against the word of God. So whatever jokes you be cracking, make sure it's in line with the word of God.
That's if you're a gospel,
if you're a gospel comedian. Then a clean comedy is a comedy that even when you crack it, even when you say it, people in Nigeria will be like, wow, we really have this problem. And don't just crack the joke. When you crack it, make sure there is a motivation that follows it.
Something to encourage
the youth. You don't go on stage and start cracking jokes about drugs, about this and that, and blah, blah. It's not clean. Because anyone with a mic, it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility. Yes. You are like a voice. So whatever you say, because your voice is louder, whatever you say, anyone listening to you, trust me, the people on stage or the people in the audience, they have different mindsets. They have a different way to receive the message. So some people might leave and say, he was just joking. Some people will just leave and say, wow, that's the way.
This leaving, you said, brings me to my question on what has the acceptance been like? You know, it's one thing for you to have your church platform, as you said. It's another thing to actually come into mainstream comedy and saying, I'm doing clean comedy. What has it been like for you?
Okay, now the thing is, comedy, the acceptance has been very awesome. I started many years ago. If I wasn't accepted, I've never married, I've never born.
Wow, really?
So that simply means that
it's paying the bills.
It's paying the bills. I pay house rent. I got married. The same year, God gave me a son. And that boy...
It's very expensive.
That boy, let us not talk about it. But God, I thank you for giving me the grace. When that boy came, that was when I realized that mothers and fathers, in fact, I plan to give my dad a trophy. Wow. And my mom a double trophy last December for having 6 children. So imagine if this one, you are giving me this issue. So I wonder what 6 kids did to my parents. So he's paying the bills.
A boy that is just almost 9 months.
Almost 9 months.
Why are you making him out like a bad boy?
No, he's not a bad boy. What I'm saying is...
he's not stressing you. He's only being a baby.
A baby.
Yes.
He should take time. This is 21st century. He should take his time.
Wow.
I didn't do this to my parents.
What is?
Are you sure?
I didn't do this to my parents.
Sure?
I asked and they said I was a good boy.
And
this one, a baby that is barely 10 months, is already chasing me out of my bed. I married your mother. She's not my girlfriend. I sleep on the floor now.
Okay.
You sleep?
Yes.
It's a good place to sleep.
I didn't make him from that floor. I made him from that bed. Chasing me out of my bed. The way he grabs, you should take his time.
Okay. You know what? I don't know what he could be grabbing.
He should take his time.
Exactly.
Titi.
And he's so handsome. If you want to be angry, you will not be angry when you look at his face. You will not smile one smile. I gotcha. There's nothing you can do. And you can't really do anything. When he just came, he's just disposing things anyhow. I know how many Pampers I bought in 1 month.
And to think you chased his mother for 4 years.
Imagine, I knew the mom for 5 years. I dated her for 1 year. I said, okay, 5 years. I wasted 5 years. This 1 year, let me not waste time. You should take it. You should take your time.
Oh, that's a beautiful name.
Zoe. Zoe means the beautiful life of the eternal life of Christ.
You live a beautiful life.
You should start.
Speaking of things that are beautiful, you have an event coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I can see it on your shirt. Comedy Bliss.
Yeah, Comedy
right?
Bliss. Yeah, the Kikamo Live in Comedy Bliss.
Yeah. So clean comedy?
Of course, clean comedy. Family.
All right.
Family. It's a comedy show. You come with your family. You come with your children.
Because
I tell people that there are difference between a big boy and a family man.
Yes.
I don't call myself a big boy. I call myself a family man because comedy is not cracking jokes anymore. Comedy is saying anything in a funny way. Yeah. Whatever you say that is serious, I could say it and it'll be funny. So I don't go out. I hardly go out. You don't find me in clubs. You don't find me in beer parlors. I hardly hang out. So I spend my time with my family a lot, 100%.
Wow.
Oh,
If I'm out, a lot of complaints about
if I'm out, it's for a meeting or an appointment or an event.
You know what? But this particular place, in this studio, at least we can feed you. You know, you don't normally go out, but you came here, and we're grateful.
Thank God I didn't eat this
Let's head over to the kitchen. Let's head over to the kitchen.
Let's eat, please.
Take a walk with me.
Let's eat.
Yes, Sue.
Wow.
Hey. Yes, indeed. Hold up. Come this way.
This way.
Wait, one second, before you...
I thought I wanted to sit down.
I know, please, just right there. That's your spot right there.
I should sit down?
Yes, please.
Wow.
Welcome to the kitchen, Camo.
I love kitchen, man.
I know.
I love kitchen.
I can imagine. All right, this is Chef Nathaniel Disu. And this morning he's made bread kind of sushi. Yes.
Yes, so bread
sushi. Have you had sushi before?
I just hear the name now, me I not pretend.
Wow, okay. Okay, so yes, he's made it in a, inspired bread, you know, kind of sushi. And so, Nathaniel, quickly tell us how you put that together.
Okay,
so please have a taste while here.
You know, I don't want to eat what I don't know. Talk first. I don't want to eat what I don't know.
Sushi is actually a Japanese cuisine, so I modified it for our Nigerian mode. So I made use of sliced bread, and I use egg, I use carrots, I use vegetables.
See, as you're talking, I'm going now. That already explains that I will visit the restroom after this.
No, you won't.
Okay. So that I'm already going down while you're talking.
So I have plantain and also chicken inside.
Okay. Chicken inside.
Yeah, chicken.
Okay.
So please have a taste.
All these pepper, should I eat them too?
Yes. Please go ahead as quickly as possible. So
but the question is, why is everybody watching me? Why?
Because it's your opinion that makes sense right now. That's what we're waiting for.
Oh, my opinion?
Yes.
My opinion?
Taste this food.
Man of God, you see me after this.
Okay.
So that whatever I say now
will not be used against you.
Will not be used. Okay.
You know what? We have to say a big thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the amazing kitchen accessories they send to us all the time. Thank you so much.
All of them, are they for me?
Yes.
Can I take them home now?
But just hold on. Let's
and
tell everybody.
And thanks to everyone who was on the show today. Thank you so much for watching and, of course, for being on the show. Thank you.
We'll be here again tomorrow, 6 a.m. Yes, in your faces, people. See you.
The boys are back tomorrow. Bye.